Jason M. Vanderhaten, Master Chief Petty Officer of the United States Coast Guard. And last, Ms. Lucinda Leslie, Acting Administrator for the Maritime Administration. Thank you all for being here today, and I look forward to your testimony. Without objection, our witnesses' full statements will be included in the record. Since your written testimony has been made a part of the record, the subcommittee requests that you limit your oral testimony to 5 minutes. With that, we will proceed. Admiral Schultz, you may proceed.
Well, good morning, Chairman DeFazio, Chairman Carbajal, Ranking Member Gibbs, members of the subcommittee, and I appreciate each of your strong words about the fiscal challenges and readiness challenges facing our service. I'm extraordinarily proud of our workforce and remain humbled to serve as their service chief. I appreciate the opportunity to testify before you today and appreciate you entering my written record for the record. On behalf of the men and women of our service, please accept my gratitude for your enduring support of the United States Coast Guard and our efforts to restore service readiness. Coast Guard readiness is at the core of our ability to meet the challenges of today while preparing for future threats and opportunities. The fiscal year 2021, last year's Consolidated Appropriations Act, helped sustain critical momentum for Coast Guard surface and aviation fleet recapitalization. It injected much needed funding to improve our aging shore and information technology infrastructure. It made essential investments in our workforce, the heart and soul of our service. Building off this momentum, the President's fiscal year 22 budget request reflects some of these same priorities as we look to continue our progress toward restoring readiness and providing our workforce with the capable assets, modern systems, and resilient infrastructure they need to conduct frontline operations. Maritime security is in fact national security, and demand for our Coast Guard services and capabilities is increasing across the globe, as the Coast Guard is viewed as a unique instrument of international diplomacy and a reliable partner to like-minded friends and allies, especially in the geographically, strategically important areas like the Arctic and the Indo-Pacific. With your support, we continue to build the nation's first new heavy polar icebreakers in nearly half a century. As mission demands continue to grow in the Arctic, completing the Polar Security Program of Record will enhance operational capability and capacity within the U.S. heavy icebreaking fleet. Funds appropriated in 2021 will enable construction of the second Polar Security Cutter. In the fiscal year 22, President's request continues to make investments for a third. When fully operational, this new class of heavy icebreakers will provide global reach and the icebreaking capability necessary to sustain more persistent operations in the polar regions, access which is critical to projecting U.S. sovereignty and protecting our vital economic, environmental, and national security interests. Additionally, the funding provided in fiscal 2021 allowed us to maintain momentum on our offshore patrol cutter, better known as the OPC program, a top acquisition priority. Continued progress on the OPC program is absolutely vital, as these cutters will replace our legacy fleet of 200 and 270-foot medium endurance cutters. This legacy fleet has served with distinction for decades, but is becoming increasingly challenging and expensive to maintain, and we continue to see degradation in their operational availability. Despite the extraordinary efforts of our Coast Guard men and women, the medium endurance cutter fleet has lost approximately 11% of operational capacity in the past 2 years due to unscheduled maintenance and repair work, negatively affecting service readiness and frontline mission performance. Like my concerns with our surface assets, I've become increasingly concerned about our ability to stay in operations with our legacy rotary wing aircraft. Our current fleet of MH-65 Dolphin and MH-60 Jayhawk helicopters are undergoing essential service life extension programs, better known as SLEP, to push capabilities into the mid-2030s. However, the rapidly declining availability of MH-65 Dolphin parts reveals that SLEP alone will no longer ensure MH-65 readiness. Hence, the Coast Guard must immediately begin transitioning towards an all MH-60 Jayhawk fleet while continuing to participate with the Department of Defense in the search for the next generation of future vertical lift assets. I'm also mindful that every Coast Guard operational mission is supported by our aging infrastructure, which is degrading faster than we are capitalizing it. Private organizations generally recapitalize their infrastructure at a rate of 2 to 4% annually. Our 10-year average of recapitalization is only 10 to 20% of that value. As such, recapitalization and deferred maintenance backlogs continue to trouble the service. To remain always ready, we must invest in and update our shore facilities to meet today's standards for efficiency and resilience. The fiscal 21 appropriation provided substantial support here, and the fiscal 22 President's request includes targeted investments to improve the condition and energy efficient of our shore facilities, but significantly more remains to be done.